Hello you all. So since the first video was really long, I decided to part it into two so that we have a part one and then part two. So with the part two, I'm showing more of San Jose area, and I think the part two will also contain the place I finally chose and why I chose the place. So without talking too much, I know you already have seen this and you're loving it. So let's just get right into it and then enjoy. The last part of the apartment search. This one too is in San Jose, mostly apartments that are in downtown. And let's go right into it. The first apartment I visited was called the Mirror, which was I think almost the tallest of all the apartments I've been in. Very high, very beautiful place. Like the inside itself, oh my gosh, it's like a studio um gallery, so it's very pretty. You can go to up the apartment to see all the beautiful um landscape of the Silicon Valley, and they had a really beautiful common area for events, hosting a lot of space if you work from home, which was amazing. They have a cinema place. If you don't want to be in your room to watch movies, you can always join people there to watch games, sports, whatever. And they also have a kitchen place for doing like residential events, which I think was really nice. A pool, it was big, and a gym, which I just don't understand why people don't use the gym, but it was beautiful. Now we entered into the first room, and as expected, I had already done a virtual tour with these people, so I knew what I was walking into. So I mean, sometimes the videos could be deceptive or even not up to standard, but while when you are there, then you get to see what is the actual view. So with this apartment that they first showed me, I wasn't really happy with the view from the behind. Is on the 6th floor, but yeah, the view was just the dog walk area, and there wasn't nothing exciting to see from your window. So I it just it wasn't just for me. But it was a 1 bedroom apartment. And then we went to the 509, which was, I think, was a studio. Yeah, so their studios had is separated from the living room, but there is no door that separate. Like there is no door at the bedroom, so it kind of linked them together. Yet still, I wasn't feeling the light. One thing I liked about this place was, although people were, I went on a weekend, and although a lot of people were outside, once you are inside, you can't hear people from their rooms. And that was another thing that I was making sure that insulation, it was warm enough, not much noises coming from nowhere. This particular room had a big patio, but it was also facing the same place, the dog walk, with a really big wall, and I don't think I want to be staying in a place where I'll be looking at a wall. So we went on the 7th floor, and mind you, as you go higher with these kind of high rise buildings, the higher your prices go. So I was very mindful of that and making sure that I'm not going overboard. So yeah, I looked at this apartment, and it was also 1 bedroom. This had a nice view of the inside of the apartment. Not much excitement, but another thing that I didn't like about this space was the closet was really small for me. So sometimes you just have to sacrifice one way or the other for something you really want. So although I really like the natural light and everything with this particular room, the natural light was sorry, the closet wasn't for me. And then we saw this one too with the same problem. I don't know why they have these huge buildings with the small closets, smaller closets, smaller bathrooms. And then when I went to the living room, I really liked the rounded space with rough, like weird positionings. But the only nice view you could find in this particular room was around the kitchen area. And aside that, the living space was just facing another wall, which I didn't like. Then I went to another place in San Jose downtown called the Vespire. And the lady here was also an amazing person. She's a singer. She made me laugh all through. So she first showed me the common room, the swimming pool, and yeah, that was really another place I was considering. Really beautiful space. And the gym was also, it was small but usable. So yeah, that was nice. And then common spaces for work if you work from home and you don't want to be in your room. I think most of these fancy places do have those things. So the only room that they had was a one bedroom apartment. This in particular was on the ground floor, which I've already talked about, not liking the ground floor, but this was amazing. Like the light in there was weird, but I really liked it. Beautiful washer and dryer, which was top notch for me. And then like a lot of sunlight coming in into the bedroom. The bathroom was huge, which was an added addition, like an added advantage because I really like big bathrooms, and a bigger tub to relax in it. I'm not a tub person. I love to shower, but not to sit in a tub. But this year I'm planning to do so. Now this space, although it's on the ground floor, had a really nice high ceiling, which was very interesting. And a nice closet, not most the biggest, but I think it was sizable enough for clothes, so that was okay. The only thing I didn't like about this place is where the window was facing and the fact that it was on the ground floor. So she took me to another room that someone was already moving out, and the person had her things in, so I didn't film that one. But yeah, I didn't like it. Then I went to another place called the Diridon, which I didn't book for. It's called a Diridon, or I don't know how to pronounce it, a Diridon or something. So they were nice enough. I think I booked for it, but I didn't reflect on the account. So they were nice enough to take me around. First, we went to the pool, to the gym, to the top floor to see like views from above, and it was all exciting. Actually, this was the apartment I nearly booked. I started filling the forms before I saw the one that I'm living in it now, and then I changed my mind. So this one was pretty amazing. She showed me the model room, which was a one bedroom apartment. They have nice washer and dryer, and then they also have a beautiful, I mean, the way they've laid out the model room was so nice, spacious. Like it made it very real for me. Like someone living here is doable. So I really liked it. So she showed me the living room, the bedroom, and how you can make it your own, which I think was very nice. And this place also had a really big bedroom, big windows. And I think this is the only place that I had gone to that had lights in their bedroom. I don't know what is it with this Silicon Valley area. most of the bedrooms don't have lights. You have to buy floor lamps or tabletop lamps to keep your lights going, but I don't know why they do that. So she showed me the bathroom. This one is a model place, so it had both the shower and then the tub, but that is not what is actual like reality when you go to the various rooms. This one is just to display how both options look like. And one thing I laughed about this apartment was their closet. It was huge, and they had all these metals, so in case you want more shelves, you can buy the shelves and just easily fix them onto the metals, which was a brilliant idea for them to have. So honestly, I was sold on this apartment right from when I saw the closet. Right from when I saw the closet, I was sold. Then she showed me the studio. The studio has had a really beautiful long cabinets that were like the closets, and that was also very spacious. And it had a beautiful bathroom for a studio. That was a huge bathroom. So that I really loved. But the only problem is the studio that was left had a really small space, so the kitchen is right in the middle. So there's no place for living and bedroom. Everything has to be at the same spot. So I didn't like that. So that was it. I left, and actually I was planning to book this place for the one bedroom. I started filling the forms as I said. I think I went there on a Friday, so I started filling the form on the Friday evening, and then on the Saturday evening, I just went online, and where I'm living now popped up, and I just saw that Japandi decoration of the place, and I'm like, oh, this place looks really nice, and it's also in San Jose, so why don't I check it out before I make a decision? And frankly speaking, immediately I got there, they showed me the place. I don't know, it was like a magnet. I just collected the forms. I didn't even have to go home and think about it. I just took the forms right there and then in the office and then signed everything, and it was a done deal. So after seeing all these beautiful, magnificent buildings, I ended up choosing the one that I looked at for the last one, and then it's now my home, and I'm so grateful for the decision that I made. I saved a lot on it because I chose a studio, which is new to me because I always have had big spaces to live in, and I have a lot of things. I actually managed to give out a lot of my furniture when I was moving from Kansas, but I do have a lot of clothing which I've given like a lot out into what's called the One South Market that is right in downtown of San Jose. And these apartments are very how do they call it, high rise. Yeah, so it was, I think, about 20 something levels or floors, and we looked at the common areas, the gym, the pool, and the place for people to host events. And it had really huge pool. I mean, if you're going to have a big place like that, you better have a big pool, because the day they all decide, or all residents decide to be in the pool, people might want to use these spaces. And also it had a really huge gym with a lot of things to use, so I really like that. Then we went into the first room, which was a one bedroom. It had the dryer and then the washer. It had a smaller closet, which is the coat closet, and then there was the kitchen with a big island. One thing I didn't really like about these apartments were the height of the ceiling. it was really, really low, and that really made the place like small. And aside that, I also didn't like the fact that the materials they used for the furnishing of the place, especially the kitchen, were not really of a good quality. And just by looking at it, you could see that it wasn't really made of a good quality material, and that really put me off. So this first apartment, it was cute and all, but I really didn't like it. One thing they had was a small area where you could use it as a how do they call it? An office. They call it, is it the nook or something? I've forgotten, they have a term for that. So they had that one in some of the rooms, and that could even be a second room, or you could use it for your closet. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So it's very big space that is open. It's like a studio bedroom that is separated from the place. So yeah, it made it look like a 2-bedroom, although it's a 1-bedroom, which was nice. But yes, still I wasn't feeling the place. It was very compressed in a way to me. And then she showed me another place, and this was the most awkward place I've ever been. There are pillars right in the middle of the living room. So like decorating the place, finishing the place could be difficult. And even in the bedroom had this big pillar and some, I don't know, some spaces created by wall cement. I don't know, but it was weird. I mean, someone could use this space for greater things, but this wasn't for me. So I just had to move on. Then I went to another place that was like a very nice place. They have a beautiful gym. This place was just built, so it's very new. And let me look for the name. I think I should know this name. Yeah, it's called the Taft. So it's a very pretty place. The first room he showed me was a 1-bedroom with a really big patio, but the patio was like facing other buildings, so there is nothing exciting to look out for. But it could be a really nice hosting space if you have a lot of people coming to visit you. And it has a really long rectangular living room with the kitchen at the one side from you opening the door, and that was something I wasn't digging for a 1-bedroom. I mean, it's understandable if it is a studio, but for a 1-bedroom, at least there should be an island or something to separate the kitchen from the living room. So, but they also had a dryer and then a washer, which I like about I really like it when an apartment has those. And a beautiful sink, tub, bathroom. And this one, yeah, that was the bedroom. The bedroom was huge with a very wide window, so a lot of sunlight came through. The bedroom was also wooden floor, which was really nice. They had a walk-in closet, but this place didn't have any swimming pool, or I mean, it had a common area for events, but it didn't have a swimming pool. But aside that, it had a gym too, so it was very convenient. Then he took me to the studio apartment that they have, which was very interesting. They had a lot of closet space for a studio, which I was really impressed with. They made it into how do they call it, cupboards. And then this one was a model studio, so you could put your bed there. That was the kitchen, and then it goes all the way to the living room. And he even told me he lives in a studio in the same apartment, just that he changed where the bed is located to the window side, and then her living area was at the door area. So he left it, and on the top of the building was this beautiful decorated place to host more people if you want to. So that was... Then I went to another place where I think immediately I walked in, I was happy, at peace, and that is where I'm living now. So I'll show you later on, but look at the common area for work. It has a beautiful big gym. So this apartment has two parts, the north and then the south part. And this, they showed me first the south part, and this gym is on this north part. And first I looked at a one bedroom and then a studio. So for the studio, this is it. Immediately you enter, there was the closet, which was okay, not big but okay size. And then you move to the kitchen, which was on the right, and before the kitchen was the washer and dryer. Their bathrooms were so huge, which I loved, and you could see that the quality of the finishing was amazing, and that actually sold me in. So just by looking at a studio, this not a big place, but the way it's laid out, there is so much to do with the space. And another thing was the height of the room. Although it's a studio, because it has really high ceilings, really high ceilings, it make the room even look bigger. So instead of me going for one bedroom, I decided to go for a studio. But then I had to develop a plan to make it feel bigger because I have a lot of things. And yeah, I think I'm doing great with it. So that was amazing for me. And the one bedroom was also great. It's just that it's quite costly with this place, so I didn't want to go over the amount I had set for myself, all in the name of luxury living. But they had a really nice concession deals going on. So they showed me one place that was also a studio, but someone had lived in for like 6 months, so they had a really great deal on it, because most of the apartments were new and nobody had lived in it. So with this one having one person lived in, they thought it wise to reduce the price. So that was amazing. And then they showed me another studio on the north part, which I ended up loving too much, to the extent that that's where I'm living now. Thank you once again. I know I got a lot of messages from you guys in my Instagram DMs asking where I've been. So honestly, I have been a little bit busy. I was preparing for my defense and after my PhD defense. And after the defense, I had to move quickly to my new job now because they needed me urgently. So I just packed a few things and came. And right when I was getting my foot into the work, I had to go back to Kansas for my graduation. So I've been back and forth here and there. So I've been quite busy. And while doing all these things, I was also searching for a place to call a home. So yeah, it's been stressful, but I'm thankful that finally I found a place that I truly love, and I'm enjoying it. I've been here for a month now, and I really like the place. So I'll show everything about this place and why I chose it and everything in my next video. Have a great day. And I'll just show you a few pictures and videos from my graduation because you guys are like my people. I know some of you have seen it on Instagram, but if you've not seen it, Here is a few videos and photos that I took. So we had the commencement. We celebrated as a family and with family and friends over a party, a dinner, whatever you want to call it, and it's been such a great moment, and I'll forever cherish it. It's not easy to obtain a PhD. It's not easy, but I'm grateful to God. Sometimes I wonder if I did this by myself, but yeah, I'm not gonna preach. So we will stop here. Have a great day and have a lovely, lovely evening or morning or whatever it is in your home. Bye.